Hey.
It's Ashley Alban. Hey guys, welcome to the very first episode of Food Porn. Today I am excited to make something that I eat almost every day, and that would be vegan eggs. Plus I know it's something that people think about a lot when they consider going vegan, whether or not they would be able to eat a yummy breakfast that they're used to, and you definitely can. So I'm going to make my vegan eggs using tofu. If you're like against tofu for whatever reason, they can also be made with chickpeas. Perhaps I'll make another video like that in the future. And then I'm going to make them into filling for breakfast tacos. I'm also going to try out this new bacon I just got. Haven't tried it before. Generally don't like vegan bacon bought from the store. I like vegan sausage. I like making my own bacon, but we'll give it a shot and see how it is. So, like with all other food porn videos that I'm going to make, the cooking and recipe is going to come kind of like secondary. I'm mainly just going to write what I'm doing in the description below, but what I am going to talk about to you guys will be some kind of sex subject. And so honestly, I would love to make this kind of like a sex ed type video if you guys have any specific questions, or I can tell you guys stories about my personal experiences and what I learned from them. So for the inaugural video, to go with one of my favorite things to eat, I'm going to talk about one of my favorite things to do, which would be to have an orgasm. And I'm going to tell you guys the story about how I had my very first orgasm with another person. So, get excited. All right, so the very first time that I had an orgasm with another person, it was with a guy. It was when I was a freshman in college. Now, at this point, I had already lost my virginity, and I had enjoyable sex, but I had not yet achieved climax during sex with another person. Even though at this point, you know, I had discovered masturbating, I knew how to come on my own by myself. I wouldn't say I was an expert at it at this point compared to how I am at this point in my life, but I definitely knew, you know, what worked for me, how to get me off, but I just like couldn't do it with another person. And I think there are a lot of reasons for that, you know, because when you're first starting out, it's like very awkward. You're kind of thinking about a lot of things. You're like concerned about how you look or what's going on, or if you're sexy or if you're not, and you're inexperienced as well. So anyway, the first time that I was able to have an orgasm with another person was actually not while having sex. And we were actually both fully clothed. I know, at this point you're like, the plot thickens. It does, seriously. It was weird, it was crazy, I didn't expect it. It was like kind of a ridiculous moment for me. So I was a freshman in college, and one night I go out to a club with some of my girlfriends. While we were at that club, we met up with these two guys. One of them was kind of like dating / having a thing with one of my roommates, and then the other guy was his good friend. So we're at the club, and I'm drinking a little bit. I wasn't that drunk, but I was definitely buzzed, I would say. So we're there, and we start dancing together. And when I say dancing, I mean like dirty dancing. Like, I would have made Patrick Swayze proud. We were getting our freak on the dance floor. And I'll say that as an adult now, somewhat, I really am not into like grinding with a guy and getting all super sexual with it on the dance floor. It's like a huge turnoff for me, but when I was 18, I was all about it. All about it. Very hot, in my opinion. Anyway, so we're dancing together, not really thinking about much of anything. We started making out while we were there on the dance floor. And things start getting a bit hot and heavy, so to speak. And so we move over to these sofas that are against the wall, like in the back of the club. And he sits down on the sofa, and I just go and like straddle him and sit on top of him. And we just keep on keeping on. We're just like making out. And I'm like grinding against him still. Like we're like dry humping essentially, like very explicit. Like we were very horny kids, I suppose. Just like going for it, going down to Pound Town. And as I'm on top of his lap, in pretty much the middle of the club, and grinding against him, before I even have a chance to realize what is going on, I have an orgasm. It was like the most surprising thing. Like, I can't even stress that enough. It was like out of nowhere. Like, it just happened. And good thing it happened when it did, because probably 2 seconds later, the security guard comes frantically running over, freaking out, like yelling at us because he thinks that we're having intercourse like in the middle of the club. And so we just like look up at him like, whatever. And we get up and like we go back and start dancing again. But it was like such a surprising experience for me, and I didn't tell him that I came. And quite honestly, I don't think we ever talked again after that. No, I don't think that we did. I don't think we ever spoke again after that. Crazy kids doing crazy things. And the funny thing is that even though I finally like did it, I finally like accomplished the goal while with another person, it still took me like a long time to be able to have an orgasm during sex. And I always wondered about it, like, why was it that night? Like, why was it when I was fully clothed, like, in public? Because I don't like public things. I'm sure you guys know that I don't make any public videos. I don't do that. That's not my thing. I don't like it. But I think that night just worked out really well because my inhibitions were lowered because I was drinking, it was like dark, it was sexy, we were just like getting into things, you know, we weren't thinking about nothing else. I wasn't all up in my head worrying about like what I look like or if this position is awkward or anything like that. I was just like literally dancing with him, making out with him, enjoying it, having fun. So that's important to get the fuck out of your head. Also, we were dancing for quite a while before we moved over to the sofas. And so to me, that was like very like long, extended, super hot. foreplay. Because we were like dancing, you know, and we were dancing for a while and we were making out, and that's like really important for women, let me tell you. You know, like, you guys can see, like, I don't even know, like, I've watched movies and TV shows with guys, and they'll, like, see a girl, like, that's an extra walk, like, behind in the back of the scene, and she'll just have, like, the hint of breasts, having large breasts, but, like, or like all you can see is her elbow. And I've had guy friends that are just like, oh my God, they'll like pause and rewind and be like, that girl is so hot. So you guys don't need anything to get yourselves going. You don't. You're pathetic. But that's kind of awesome in a way. But women aren't like that. We are not. We need foreplay. We need to really like be into it, in the zone. And so for me, moving forward, foreplay has always been like a super important thing, I would say, to really help me get into it. Maybe a little bit of cunnilingus to start, to get you going. It's all good. It's all good. But yeah, that was my first time. It was amazing. I'm gonna tell you, it was so good. Oh, I wonder if that guy is gonna like knows that I do porn. He's gonna watch this video. I literally never talked to him again. We never spoke. We don't talk anymore. Oh my goodness. Well, slow clap for you, Mr. Dude. You got me off. It was fun. Ooh, this is looking good. This bacon is not getting crispy. I'm a little angry about it. But we'll taste it. We'll give it the taste test. It might taste really good. I personally love crispy bacon. So, like, not crispy bacon. Not exactly my thing. All right, you ready for this? This is your absolutely delicious protein packed breakfast. All right, that's hot. How long did this take? It took like 10 minutes. I was going slowly. I mean, I was telling you guys a story. But we are ready to go. Yeah, this bacon was like, we're gonna give it a shot though. A little salsa in our taco. Ran out of spoons, using a fork. Do what you have to. I know this looks like silly. It does look silly, I admit it, but let's give it a taste. Let's give it a taste. I'll roll this all up. Just like this. A little breakfast taco. Let's, oh. Mmm. That bacon has a really meaty flavor. Well, I'm going to cook it up and see if it gets crispy. I'll write in the description if I can get it crispy because I prefer crispy bacon. But that flavor is really good. All right, takeaway from today. Sweet Earth's benevolent bacon. Tastes meaty, tastes good. Tofu eggs, delicious, on point as always. And if you would like to have an orgasm with another person. You know, relax, stop thinking about things, be in the moment, and enjoy yourself. And that is all for today's food porn. See you guys next time.